All right, and we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mac to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast, where we help you get started on your fitness journey. What is going on, everybody? I hope y'all had a great Father's Day. Today is Father's Day, so I have to give a shout out to all the fathers out there. If you're a dad, if you're a father, stepfather, grandfather, all of them, shout out to y'all. Um, we love y'all. Y'all mean a lot. What y'all do does not go unnoticed. I know I'm not a father myself, so I can't speak too much about being a father, but we see y'all working. We see y'all dads out there. We see y'all grinding. We see y'all providing for your family. We see y'all stepping up when your kids need you the most. We see y'all being there for your family. So shout out to you. If you're a dad, give yourself a pat on the back, because being a dad is not easy. It's not. And I can't take that for personal experience, but I see what dads do. I see what they go through, sacrifices they make. So, yeah, shout out to all the dads out there. Today's episode is going to be all about you. So if you're a dad, tune in. You're going to want to listen to this one, because something that a lot of fathers do, and there's for good reason they do this, but they tend to put their family first. They put their family before them. And that's understandable. I get that. But we got to start focusing on ourselves a little bit more. We got to focus on our own health. And since today's Father's Day, I wanted to spend some time talking directly to my dads out there. So shout out to y'all. We talking to y'all today. Before we get into the podcast episode, though, I do want to say I'm trying out a new webcam. If y'all like this webcam, let me know. Drop a comment. I don't know if I like it yet. I have been using my camera, but I want to use my camera for other things. So I got a little webcam. I'm trying it out. If the quality's good, y'all let me know. If it's not, then we'll trash it and we'll go to the next option. But I'm trying to get my little sign back here to stay in frame, but it keeps readjusting frame. Stop moving. Yeah, this is like one of those webcams that will move. All right, hopefully that'll stay there. So y'all can see, if you're watching the video, you can see my sign in the back above my head. It says the Fitness Beginner Podcast. So I like this nice little touch. I like how you can see it with this webcam, because you couldn't see it with my other camera. But yeah, if you like it, let me know. If the quality's still good, trying it out. It's the first time I'm trying it out. So we'll see if we like it. We'll see. But yeah, with that being said, today's all about the fathers. That's what we're going to get into. And I want to talk about something that fathers often neglect, and that is taking care of themselves. They do. And it's for good reason. You know, you want to put your family first. You want to put your spouse first, and that's understandable. I totally get that. Like, you need to take care of your family. That's like one of your main goals of being the head of the household, is to take care of your family. But in my personal opinion, if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't take care of nobody else. That's just the way I think, I believe. So we got to start focusing on ourselves a little bit. So when it comes to being a father, we all know that comes with a lot of responsibility. It's a hard take. It's a hard ask, for fathers, because they have a lot of responsibility. You got to provide financially. Most fathers, I mean, not every father now. I mean, a lot of days. I mean, and nowadays, like, a lot of women are making a lot of money nowadays, and that's just how society is. But it's still kind of expected for the father to provide financially. I mean, that's kind of like the norm, at least where I'm from. I don't know about where you're from, but where I'm from, the father is still expected, if he can, physically, to provide for the family. Unless he's like disabled or something, that's a different story. But for the most part, fathers are still financially providing for the household. You're also expected to support your spouse or your partner. I mean, obviously, that's a given. You gotta support them. On top of that, you gotta be present with your kids. Obviously, that's a given. You gotta lead your family through challenges, and sometimes fathers don't know how to do that, but you're the one that's expected to figure it out. Like, you don't, when life hits your family in the mouth, you're the one that's expected to figure it out. You may not have ever experienced that ever before, and you don't know how to fix it, but it's up to you to figure it out. So that's a lot of responsibility. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders to figure out something that you have no clue how to figure out. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it. You got to figure it out. And that's what fathers do, and that's what they're good at. So that's why being a father is such a good thing. Many fathers will put themselves at the bottom of the priority list. Y'all can put yourselves at the bottom. That's wrong. We got to put ourselves at the top. As a father, a lot of times you will focus on, serving others. And when you serve others, you tend to put yourself and your own health and your own well-being at the bottom of that list. And we just can't do that. It's not gonna it's not gonna be beneficial for you in the long run. Yeah, it may be beneficial in the short term. And sometimes you got to do that. In short term, sometimes you got to make sacrifices, and that's totally understandable. Like if you need to switch your priorities for short periods of time, that's totally understandable. Life comes for scenario. There's gonna be a scenario like that where you're gonna have to change priority. But for the most part, we got to start taking care of ourselves first, and then everything else will fall into place. So why does fitness matter specifically for fathers? Like, why is fitness a big deal for fathers? Well, I want to start off by saying that fitness is not just about having a six-pack. It's not about looking like a fitness model. I mean, yeah, that can be a side effect to have a six-pack. Yeah, that's cool. And I'm not hating on six-packs. I'm not. I think they're great. If you want to get a six-pack and that's your goal, go for it. Like, go do it. That's kudos to you. But that's not what fitness is about. Fitness is about physically, number one, and mentally, number two, showing up for your family, physically and mentally, like being capable physically and mentally, showing up for the people who need you the most, for your family, or maybe a friend, maybe a coworker. Like, you got to show up for those people. That's what fitness is about. Physically and mentally being capable of being there for the people that mean the most to you. Your family needs more than your income. Yeah, your income is great, and your family does a lot with your income. Like, you feed your family, you provide your family shelter, you take your family on vacation. Those are great things, and you need those things. But your family don't just need that. They don't just need money. They don't just need a roof over their head. Yeah, that's great, but they need your energy. They need your strength. They need your presence. That's a big one, being present, especially with smartphones. A lot of dads ain't present no more. They need your presence. They need your leadership. They need somebody to lead them, to guide them, to give them advice, to show them how to do things, to teach them things, how to fix things, how to treat women, things like that. Like, they need you other than just providing income for them, than putting food on your plate. There's other things to life than just surviving, than just living. So that's why fitness matters. Because, yeah, you can neglect your fitness and still provide financially for your family. Like, duh. Like, you can still go to work if you're not exercising and taking your health right. For now, you can still do that. Now, if it goes to the extremes to where you're not taking care of your health, then you may not be able to go to work eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it leads to that really bad health, you may not be able to go to work. You may not be able to, like, focus. You may not be able to move. You may have to go to the hospital, whatever. That's a whole nother story. That's hopefully none of y'all are at that point, and we want to stay away from that at all costs. So, yeah, we're not going to talk about that levels of extreme, but we want to show up for ourselves. Showing up for ourselves is also showing up for our family. Like, just because you're putting yourself first don't mean you're neglecting your family just because you did something for yourself. No. That's one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to taking time to work on your own fitness or health or anything like mental health, physical health. A lot of people refer to putting yourself first as selfish. And it can be selfish, but not in this scenario. Working on your health is not selfish in any way. I've heard me say it before on the podcast that taking care of your health, working on your fitness, choosing, eating, working on your diet, like, that's not selfish, that's selfless. I like to say that. It's not selfish, it's selfless. Because if you're not taking care of your health, if you're not showing up, for yourself, you're not going to be able to show up 100% for your family. In reality, like, working on your own health is one of the most selfless things you can do. It really is, because when you exercise consistently, when you get healthier, when you focus on your diet, you have more energy, you manage stress better, you improve your mood, you're in a better mood when you come home from work, you're going to sleep better, you're going to recover better, you're going to become more patient, especially if you got young kids, you got to be patient. You're going to improve your confidence, so that's going to be good when it comes to parenting your kids. Confidence is huge for not only mental health, but, instilling that into your kids as well. So when that goes into parenting. So those benefits don't just impact you. They don't just impact the father. they impact your whole family, your kids, your spouse, anybody you have a relationship with. They're going to impact everyone around you, your coworkers, people who are around you day in and day out. Your spouse is going to notice. Like, when you start taking care of yourself, your spouse is going to notice. They're the one that's going to know you the most. So, like, they're going to start noticing you being happier when you come home from work. They're going to notice you moving around more, getting more things done around the house because you got more energy, because you got more focus. Your kids are going to notice, hey, he's not playing on his phone as much anymore. He's paying more attention to us when he comes home from work. You know, when he's relaxing. He's not just kicking his feet up in the recliner on the weekend. He's going outside and playing ball with us. Like, they're going to notice. Your kids are going to notice. Even your coworkers, they may notice. You may be happier at work. You may be getting more work done. You may be more efficient. You may be helping other people more. You may be providing more value. You may be learning new stuff. And you probably will. This is all like side effects of, of working out. So a healthier father, oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes, it will create a healthier home. So if you build a healthier father, you're going to build a healthier, stronger family. So it's all side effects of, working on yourself. So now, hopefully this is like kind of changing your mind about you working on yourself. Because I said earlier, like a lot of times it can be deemed as selfish, but it's not. It's selfless. Or at least that's the way I see it. That's the way I look at it. I may change my mind when I have kids. I don't know. I may change my mind, but for now, this is what I'm rolling with. So we got to think about the example that we're setting. Whether you realize it or not, your children are always watching. I know y'all have heard that before. Y'all have heard it a million times. Your children are always watching. They're watching everything you're doing. So you're always setting an example. They watch how you handle adversity. They watch how you talk to yourself. They watch how you talk to your spouse. They watch how you take care of your body. They watch what you're eating, what food you put in your mouth. If your children see you prioritizing your health, working on yourself, they're going to learn discipline. They're going to learn consistency. They're going to learn self-respect. They're going to learn long-term value, long-term commitments, from you, from your actions that you take. And that's not something you're sitting there actually teaching them. That's just something they're learning from watching you. You're not actually teaching them. They're just watching you. You always heard the saying, don't talk the talk. You need to walk the walk. Well, if you just sit there and tell them they need to eat healthy, and then you don't do that, you don't show them that, you don't do it yourself, then it does no good. It does no value. Like, if you tell your kids to eat broccoli and then you go and eat Oreos, like, there's some controversy there. You know what I'm saying? It's not teaching them. You're teaching them that it's okay to eat the Oreos. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to eat Oreos if you want an Oreo. I'm just using that as an example. So I'm not bashing Oreos. I'm a huge Oreo person. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Oreo is top tier, number one cookie, period. Like, no cookie on planet Earth beats an Oreo. Y'all can argue with me in the comments. I will take it to my grave. You can't beat an Oreo, hands down. I don't even think an Oreo should be considered a cookie, really, but it is. So Oreos, hands down, best cookie. Can't beat it. You just can't convince me otherwise. Name a cookie that's better than Oreos. I'm just being honest. Sorry, that's a little tangent there. We'll get back to the podcast. Sorry about that. I just got thinking about Oreos and got me off track. All right, so fitness is about longevity. So we want to think long term when we think fitness. We don't want to think, I just want to get jacked and be the buffest guy. I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's a side effect, but that's not the whole point of fitness. Fitness, we want to think about longevity. Every father wants to spend more time with their family, right? So how are you able to spend more time with your family? You work on your health so you live longer, you live a healthier life. Something else you got to think about is once you get older, you're like, how is your quality of life when you get older? Because like a lot of people, when they get super old, not super old, but like when they get older, their quality of life is so low that they can't really enjoy their life, or they can't do the things they want to do. They can't do the things they used to do. They can't go outside and play with the grandkids. Some of them are bedridden. They can't, move. They can't, maybe in a wheelchair or something. And that's just inevitable. Like, as you get older, that's probably going to happen. But we can extend that period of that not happening. We can extend our quality of life. We can live into our 60s, 70s, 80s and still be able to get up, move, function, walk, maybe even run. We can still bend over, squat down. Like, we want to extend that as long as we can. So if we want to spend more time with our family, if we want to have more birthdays, if we want to have more vacations, more graduations, holidays, memories, period, if we want to have more memories. Fitness is going to be one of the greatest investments that you can make as a father that's going to help increase the quality of those years of now and in the future. You can increase the quality of those years if you invest in your fitness, in your health. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So the goal isn't, it's not just to live longer. Like, that's not the goal. We don't want to live to 100 because, let me take that back. We don't want to live to 100, but from 80 to 100, your quality of life is like extremely low. Like, you can't enjoy it. So that's not the goal. We want to extend our quality of life. We want to live better. That's the goal. So we want to be able to play with our kids. We want to go hiking with the family if that's what you like to do. Travel if you like to travel. So we want to stay active as a grandfather. Like, you're going to be a grandfather one day. You want to be able to play with your grandkids, maybe even your great grandkids. That would be cool. So that's the goal with fitness. Not necessarily to just live longer, but live longer and have a better quality of life. Like, have your quality of life longer than what it is. So that's the goal. Think about longevity and think about fitness. Yeah, the muscles and being jacked and the six pack, that's cool and all, and that's a side effect of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's cool. I like that stuff too. But that's not like the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to have a better quality of life for longer. And then that leads us to the mental health side of fitness. So that was the main. So longevity is kind of like the physical goal of fitness. Now the mental goal is just improve your overall mental health. So, as a father, it can be stressful. You have a lot on your plate. You have a lot of weight on your shoulders. There's pressures that men carry, pretty silently, like without, there's a lot of weight on like a father's shoulder that's expected of them that they don't necessarily, talk about, or it's not like, put out there into the ether. There's a lot of financial pressure. There's work pressure, family pressure. If you have any family problems, you have your own personal expectations. That's something else. So yeah, there's a lot of like weight the fathers hold. So fitness can provide an outlet for that. Fitness, working out, is kind of like an escape. It's kind of like a therapy in a way. If you think about it, it becomes a form of therapy. Like, I love to get in the gym and lift some weights. It's just like meditation almost. It's going to help you clear your mind. It's going to help you build resilience. It's going to help you build confidence. It's going to remind you that you can do hard things. It's going to be a confidence booster. Like, it's going to do a lot for you. I always say, one, there's no such thing as a bad workout. But two, I've never left the gym in a bad mood. I hadn't. Because, like, there's something about when you work out, it releases endorphins. Like, I don't know all the science behind it. I'm not a sciencey person, but I know this is true. Like, when you work out, you release endorphins. I don't know what those endorphins are called, but you do. And it boosts your mood. It really does. It puts you in a better mood. Like, you may go in the gym in a bad mood, but you go in there and get a nice little workout in, clear your mind a little bit. By the time you leave, you're in a lot better mood. You really are. If you don't believe me, just try it. A day that you had a bad day at work, go straight to the gym when you leave work. If you had a bad day, go straight to the gym, get you a nice little workout in, get your headphones, put your headphones in, listen to your favorite music, and just get in there, just you by yourself, and zone out, grind it out in the gym, lift some weights, and tell me you ain't in a better mood when you leave. You are, I promise. Just try it. It's weird. I don't know how it works, but it does. It's proven. So yeah. It can help improve your mental health. So that's huge. That's a big one. But with that being said, I want y'all to remember that you don't have to be perfect. Okay? We all know we're not perfect, especially when it comes to fitness. I'm especially not perfect when it comes to fitness. I'll be the first one to tell you. I love sweets. I was just talking about Oreos on a fitness podcast. We're not perfect. So don't think that you got to work out 6 days a week. You ain't got to do that. There's no point. That's too much. It's too much. If you're just starting. Now, if you're advanced, yeah, you can do 6 days a week. But for now, you don't need 6 days a week. You don't need all that. Start with 2. Start with 2 days a week. You don't have to do all this extra stuff that you see on Instagram. You really don't. It's just a lot of that is, well, a lot of those people are very, very experienced and they're trained very well and they've built up to that. But for most beginners, like that's not reality. Our real goal is just to be consistent. Really is. Be consistent. Whatever you set for your workout that week, however many times, say you're going to go to the gym 3 days a week, and that's what you set, that's your goal, be consistent with that. I don't care what you got to do. Get it done. Get 3 days a week done because that's what you said. But with that being said, don't overdo it. Don't say, I'm going to go 6 days a week. If that's not reality, if you can't really go 6 days a week, do something that's realistic, and if you can do that week in and week out, you're going to start building that confidence in yourself, So be consistent. Even if it means you got to go for a walk, like a walk is a workout. I think walking's great. And I would recommend putting walks in your week, like in your workout. I'll tell you the best thing you can do that me and my wife do, and we love this. And it's one of the best I think you could do, especially as a family. Since today is about fathers, this is the best thing you can do because it's a win. It's a win-win-win. And that is to go for a walk immediately after dinner. Immediately after dinner. And there's a lot of reasons why you want to do this. And it's a win-win-win. So first and foremost, when you walk after you eat, I don't know the science behind it, but it's good for your digestion. It is. Something about walking and moving is good for your digestion. It helps your digestion. So it's a digestion walk. At least I would say 15 minutes, at least 10 minutes if you can do 10. But I would try to do 15, 20. I'll probably try to get a mile. Like that would be my goal. A mile is about 20 minutes walking. I would do at least that or 15, whatever. But yeah, you're going to help your digestion. One, you get more steps in. So that's another win. You get to get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunlight. That's a win. And then what you also want to do is take your family with you. Take your spouse with you. If you got kids, take your kids with you. Because this turns into a family event. This is time that you get to spend with your family. And I recommend leave your phone at the house. Or if you are going to have your phone with you, don't be using it. Don't be on your phone. Don't be listening to music. Don't be listening to a podcast. This is time for you and your family. This is just y'all. Go for a walk. If you have a dog, take your dog with you. Your dog needs exercise too. That's what we do. We don't have kids. We have a dog, so we take our dog on a walk. But we do this together, and it's time that we get to spend together. No phones. We're spending time together. We're exercising. We're getting sunlight, fresh air, and we're helping our food digest. So it's a win. It's like a win-win-win. Like it's a great. So do that. I highly recommend it. It's great. And it's consistent. You can literally do this every day. It's super easy. Everybody got 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes in your day to go for a walk. Like, come on now, that's not that much time. So yeah, just be consistent. If you don't have time for your normal 1 hour workout or 30-minute workout, man, get in there 20 minutes, 15 minutes and do what you can. Like that's better than nothing. Like say you normally work out for an hour, but today you're running late and you only got 30 minutes to work out. Do a 30-minute workout. If you only got time to do one exercise, go do one exercise because it's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it adds up over time. It's better than nothing. Just do the quick workout, and this will help you stay consistent. Choosing healthier meals. This is a big one. When it comes to being consistent, like we're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to eat the sweets. You're going to eat the dessert. You're going to have cake. But just be consistently good. I like the 80-20 rule. When it comes to diet, I like 80-20. 80% good, 20% fun foods. That's what I like to call it. Fun foods, 20%. So if you can lock in for 80% of the time, then you can get by, eating junk food for 20%. So you just got to be consistent. 80% is a lot more consistent, than 20%. So if we're doing it right, 80% of the time, we should be on the right track. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're just absolutely overdoing it. And then that wouldn't be 20%. So another thing you got to be consistent with, drinking water, obviously. Like y'all have heard drink water ever since you were a child, and yet for some reason we still don't do it. You know what I'm saying? People still ain't drinking water like they should be, even though they know they're supposed to be doing it. Carry a bottle of water with you everywhere you go. Get you a reusable bottle and take it with you everywhere you go. And I don't recommend carrying them gallon jugs around. I don't, because in premise it's a good idea, but that thing is way too big and it's way too heavy and it's way too inconvenient. Ain't nobody gonna carry that thing around all day, every day. They're not. So quit buying them gallon jugs. Like it's just not gonna work. I know you probably tried it before. And how long did it last? Maybe a week at most. Get you a 32-ounce bottle and carry that thing around. It's a lot more reasonable. It fits in the cup holder. It keeps your drink cold. Like 32 to 40 ounces. That's all you need. Don't get nothing bigger because you ain't gonna carry it around. When you do these small actions every day, or consistently repeated week after week after week after month after year, that's when you start to see results. Small actions over a long period of time is how you see results. So I got a message. I want to send a message to the fathers that may be struggling a little bit right now when it comes to their fitness journey. Maybe you gained a little bit of weight. Maybe you're exhausted. You have no energy. Maybe you've, fallen out of your healthy habits. You may have been healthy in the past and you've fallen out of those habits. You gained a little weight or whatever. Maybe life hasn't been so just easy lately. It's been very busy lately. I just want to say that you're not behind. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. Today can be the day that you decide to start again. And I hope it is. I hope you decide to start again if you're one of these fathers. Just remember that. And it's not because you just hate where you are, but it's because you love your family enough to become a healthier version of yourself so that you can show up for them more. Like you should do it for your family. Like you should work on your own health for your family. I know that don't really sound like it makes sense, but it does. You should show up for yourself so you can show up for them. And so you can live a longer, healthier life and have better, quality of life for longer. So that's why you should do it. So if you're a father out there, life's been hard, keep your head up. You got this. Find you somebody to join your journey with you. Maybe that may be your spouse, and show up for yourself some more so that you can show up for your family. They will see it. It doesn't go unnoticed, especially your family, because they're the ones that are around you the most. They see you the most. So they're definitely going to notice. They're going to pick up on things. They're going to know that you're showed up more, that you have more energy, that you want to spend more time with them. You're not on your phone as much, things like that. So I'm going to leave y'all with a challenge. For all the fathers listening today, this is my challenge for you. I want you to commit to one healthy habit this week. Just one. Pick one thing, and I want you to commit to it. Maybe that's going for a daily walk. I mentioned the family walks after dinner. Maybe it's strength training, 2 times this week. Maybe it's drinking more water. Try to get a gallon of water a day. Maybe it's getting better sleep. Go to bed earlier. Wake up, earlier and work out in the morning. Or it's preparing healthy meals. You can meal prep this week. You got to start somewhere. Do these small things. Pick one. Don't pick 2. Don't pick 3. Don't try to overdo it. Pick one of these things. Start small and just start. Just start. You can't be great if you don't start. You know what I'm saying? But you have to start in order to be great. So remember that. So that's what I'm going to leave y'all with today. So fathers, it's great that you show up for everybody else. And we appreciate that. And your family appreciates that. So shout out to you for being a father. But you got to remember, taking care of yourself is not taking away from your family. It's not. It's investing into your family. It's investing into a better you. Your health matters. Your strength matters. The example you set matters. Your presence in your family matters. So this Father's Day, I want to, celebrate the fathers in my life, celebrate the fathers in your life. But if you are a father, make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to celebrate you and prioritizing your health. You're prioritizing your own health for the sake of your family. So I want y'all to make that commitment today, because when you have a stronger father in your household, in your family, the more you have to give to the people that matter the most. Stronger father is going to equal a stronger family. So happy Father's Day to all my dads out there, all the dads listening. If my dad is listening, happy Father's Day. I love you. I don't even know if he listens to the podcast, but hey, shout out to you, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. So yeah, thank you all. Thank y'all for tuning in. That's all I got for y'all. Shout out to the fathers. Happy Father's Day. We'll see y'all in the next episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Y'all have a great day. Peace, love, protein. We out.